Hi. So, just a quick introduction for the team.
Hi, everybody.
So, I'm Julien Arsonneau. I'm DevOps engineer at Renault company, and I work with Alliance IT Services. It's the partners with Nissan and Mitsubishi. So, I think everybody know Renault. So, we work on the electrification of all vehicles. And we work again with connectivity. And we start some POC on autonomous drive. So I let Mehdi.
Thank you very much, Julien. So hi, everybody. My name is Mehdi Laruelle. I'm from D2SI. It's a consulting agency. As you can see, sorry for my accent, I'm French. And D2SI work with a large company. We are proud to focus on the cloud and automatization, and we help your client for this part. And this is why we do some formations or courses for each of your clients. We are AWS training partner. We love some social. So we are proud to be co-founder of the HashiCorp user group on Paris, and that's cool. And the most important for us is the experiment part. So we work a lot. We have some feedback, some experience on the field, and we use some technology. We are a partner with HashiCorp, Docker, and AWS, premier partner. So it's cool, and we help everybody on your client to use this technology on the field. And let's make some context. So I'll let Julien to do the context.
So now today we will explain how we use Vault in the lifecycle of our project. So the main part is we want to make a global solution to share every secret. Before, just for fun, between the ops, we share some Excel files with all secrets, for example, for the database, or we have a plain text with all secrets, so it's just not acceptable. Yeah. So we try to use Vault to manage as a global solution every secret during the pipeline for the project and for the ops during the deployment. For this, for the moment, we use three kinds of security. The app role, we will explain a little what is it after. The radius is the height authentication for the ops, and the LDAP for the project team. After, we work on multiple environments. We work on public cloud with AWS, and the private cloud with OpenStack. And vSphere for real intranet part. So the context is really to have the secret on each part. And for the pipeline, we use two kinds of orchestrator. One is GitLab CI, and another one is Jenkins. And at the end, for the application running, we use on public cloud the ECS on AWS, and on-premise, we use Swarm as a Docker orchestrator. And as I said before, we really want to have no secret on SCM. So for example, on the user data, if you use Terraform, we can have some token for registers GitLab runner or something like that. So during the presentation, you will see how we onboarding the project and how we manage the policy for this project. So now I let Mehdi to explain a little the architecture that we have implemented.
Thank you very much. For the architecture part, we use the best practice for HashiCorp. So you can see this diagram on official documentation of Vault. So we use free Vault for HA, height availability, and so console for storage as a backend. We use, in this purpose, only Consul for the storage. We have another cluster to extra feature like this, DNS discovery, etc. So for the Consul part, we use 5 nodes, and on the Vault we have 3 on each of Vault, a Consul agent client here just to communicate with the Consul cluster. So we use all the best practice, so TLS encryption, the encrypt key, access control list, etc. for the security purpose. For today, we will see a project lifecycle, so how an app can use the Vault in your side. So we will start with the provisioning part as an ops. The second one is the tool update, so some admin or admin storage use some tools to generate the pipeline or the storage part. And we provide some tools to help us to just update the secret part. The third one is the human part, so sometimes the ops need to update secret or create secret, so we give him an access to it. And the last one, but the most important, is the pipeline part. So let's start with the provisioning part. For the provisioning part, we have 3 actors. The first one is the ops, the operator. So the operator to the Vault need to be authenticated to the Vault with Radius. Why you use Radius is for strong authentication. He have a special policy to create or update secrets, because in the Renault environment, some ops need to provide some environment and create secrets. And for that, the op have second one usage for the policy is to create another policy for the project side. The second one is the project. So the project use a special authentication is app role. The app role need 2 kinds of information. The first one is role ID, the second one is secret ID, to have the token. We will see later what is the app role in details. So to retrieve the first one, the role ID information, the operator send to the project the role ID. The second one, secret ID, is provided by the last actor. It's the orchestrator, it's Jenkins or GitLab inside the pipeline, and the authentication is very easy, it's just a token. And he have just a simple policy, is only to create secret ID. So let's see back to the project. So the role ID is provided by the ops, okay, and the secret ID is provided by the pipeline, the orchestrator job. It's the segregation of duty and security purpose. So only the project can have the both information. It's very important for us. And with the both information, he can create the token part. This token have one policy. We have 2 types of token. One for production environment, and the second one is for non-production environment, security purpose. So let's see how we can, as an ops, provide this environment for a project. First one, the project send a request to us. We receive it as a mail or a catalog. And the second one, we see the specific usage, the specific needs of the project. So we make a Terraform file, because we use Terraform for the policy part to provide the policy part provisioning. It's a Vault provider if you are interested. So we make a Terraform file with make new and adjust the policy for the need of the project. After that, we push the Terraform file on the GitLab. And after that, we use on the pipeline of GitLab, because we have a specific pipeline from GitLab, a specific pipeline to use plan and apply Terraform with this policy. So everything is automated. After that, the ops authorize the pipeline, the orchestrator, to give the secret ID for a project. For example, for a specific project, only GitLab CA is authorized to provide the secret ID. It's security measure. So if the project launches a pipeline on the Jenkins, he cannot retrieve the secret ID. After that, we send some information for the project to retrieve role ID. We use a specific wrap. What is a wrap for some people who don't know the Vault? Wrap is one usage envelope. So when you receive this, you cannot use second one time this kind of information. So you receive a wrap, you unwrap, and that's all. You cannot unwrap a second time. So it's very useful if someone else retrieves this information or use this information, he cannot reuse it. After that, we send a specific graph to the project. It's the policy graph. So here, the project, you can see for project side, what's the path you have access for read or write. All the path here is for a development part. So you can see one only path, but there are two other paths for production perspective, but it's for another token. So we have two tokens, one for production, one for non-production. This is an example of path for this non-production token. Let's see a little demonstration. It's not really a demonstration, it's more an example. So let's start with the first step. The project makes a request. We have a lot of information. Here is the test project. The test project wants an environment in intra, it's on premises, for the dev on production environment, and only for GitLab CI usage. And he wants all the paths we list on the left, and add one extra path just for the project needs. So we make some Terraform file with the make new. Here you have an example of GIF. So we have 4 commands, just make, cd, and let's do a vim on the policy. So it's pretty simple, as you can say. And this is a policy example for a dev environment we can see. So the project have one usage. It's a specific path for the project needs. So as you can see, we use an extra path. We add only an extra path for update on create. So that's cool for the project. It's very easy. And after that, we just put a new path. We have some granularity on the project policy. It's very easy. You have some variables with default value, and we have the Terraform TF vars dedicated to change this default value for the project need. If you want to have a duration of token to hour or maybe more, you can just add this value on the vars and just set the value you want. After that, we just git commit and git push on the GitLab CI. Very simple. And this is a pipeline view. So for the pipeline view, we have a test stage. Here just for testing the script, testing the environment to deploy. The verify part is the most important part because it checks each policy. So for example, we have some access permission and some non-access permission. So this stage verified just the policy. We have some status, so for the people who know Vault is Vault status, just to see if the environment is up. And the plan on apply button. There are one on the most important stage, the last job, it's of course the token revoke. So for example, here I put my ops token with time life for 40 minutes. And after this job, there are another stage dedicated to revoke this token. After that, we make some authorization of the orchestrator. So here I make the GNU command. On IDN, we can see there are dedicated policy to only create secret ID for the GitLab CI for this project. At the end, we send a mail with a graph on some information. Here, the token TTL is 2 hours. And at the end, how to retrieve the raw ID, because it's the goal to the ops to send the raw ID. So this is for the provisioning part. So let's talk about how to the update part, or how to create secret from other ops side. So, for example, some other ops like product owner or DBA or storage admin use some tools to generate environments. So it's very important to integrate all these tools, Vault, create or update policy from that. So we send a script for each of the team to integrate with the tools. It's a script dedicated to the Vault just to create a secret. The first part of the script is to use April to authenticate like project, as we see. And there are a specific policy to create or update a policy for a specific path. For example, DBA only have access to DB path. And the last one is, of course, the update part of the Vault inside the Vault of the secret. I'll let Julien do the rest of the presentation.
So now you have seen that we have all onboarding project with the basic path, and after the tool like Terraform for construct the RDS part have put all secret inside Vault. But after we have some secret that we can't manage as ops. So we let the product owner or the DBA storage or any people that can access to this secret to use the UI if it's not there are no capacity to call some script with Vault, but we let him to use the UI to manage every secret that maybe during dev, acceptance, and production, we can have the same path everywhere. And for that, we use LDAP for the connection. And after, we provide to the team, the development team, some template for example, for generate SSH key and directly store in Vault. So we have some template to provide this, and we share this with the project. So just with the UI, it's a really quick demonstration, but with the UI, it will connect, and after, it will create a specific path that allow with the policy that we have created at the onboarding. And after that, it can put the key value, because Vault work with the key value secret. So on each path, you can have a specific key value. So here it's set a new path. And after, we have an example of a script that we provide. Don't care about the name inside, but it's really how to launch the script and store all the secrets inside Vault. And after that, here it's just the log of the script, but the next step is the project is, there are some job dedicated to regenerate the visual of all paths that we have on Vault. So here, we'll see that the human had specific keys on the past. So now, when they will regenerate this schema with a GitLab CI job or Jenkins, they will receive by mail, for the moment it's by mail, you will receive this schema for really have a visual definition of all paths. And after, we can provide this to the dev team to see, okay, my credential is stored in this, and after we have the same architecture on each environment, and we can manage that. So it's really interesting for communication between the ops and the dev team. After a quick introduction, so the QR code is linked to HashiCorp website about app role, just to explain how the app role works. So here, the admin provides some role ID, okay, and the role name. With this, we can generate a new secret ID. After that, we deliver the role ID and secret ID to the application. And with this component, with the role ID and secret ID, the application can authenticate through API or binaries to Vault with a role ID and secret ID for generate a new token. And with this token, the application can retrieve all secrets from Vault for the specific environment. So now, just to come back to the pipeline use for the project, here we consider that the operator have sent a wrap with a role ID and role name to the project. When the project receives these variables, the team defines this on the CI. After that, on GitLab CI, on this example, we use GitLab CI. So we can manage some secret inside GitLab CI. So here it's a screen of secret variables of GitLab. So the team have put the role ID inside the secret variable. After that, the project team launch a job that triggers the building of the image. On this, he calls a specific script, it's getSecretID. The getSecretID is a script that we make inside and we share on all GitLab runner and Jenkins slave. So with this script, it's an example of GitLab CI.yaml. We call this script with a role name, and with this, the getSecretID have an orchestrator token, as explained Mehdi before. So this orchestrator token is really have some policy to get all secret only for this role name. It's really mandatory to have this to make a segregation between Jenkins and GitLab. So if the team call getSecretID with the role name of this project, the getSecretID authenticate with orchestrator token, get back, so here it's an example to get a secret ID. Vault deliver a wrap with a secret ID to getSecretID, and the getSecretID export this as on variables. And after, we call the orchestrator. So on this case, it's a swarm. So as I explained for the app role ID, we define the role ID and secret ID inside the deployment stack. And after, when the container will start, at the Docker entry point, we provide some scripts to help the team to get all secret and use the role ID and secret ID and authenticate through Vault. So inside with Vault here, it's a basic command with a binary Vault where we log in with a role ID and secret ID and we get back the token. And after with this token, we can retrieve all secrets inside the containers and the application can start. So it's really the way that we have implemented to manage the secret inside the GitLab CI and Jenkins. Now, just quick introduction of get secret ID. We have two ways. It's really mandatory to have a rotation of this script, because inside we have an orchestrator token. So we have some cron job for do that, and every X day we regenerate a new get secret ID for each environment. And after, we can have some specific ops can regenerate a new one manually because maybe it's corrupt or I don't know, but we can regenerate a new one. And after, so when we construct these binaries, in fact, with the ops token or with the app role, because for cron job is really app role is for machine to machine. So when is cron job, we use app role. When is ops, we use ops token. So we ask to Vault, please give me a new orchestrator token for GitLab. And after we generate a new orchestrator token, we construct the binaries, and we store it on S3 bucket. And after, we shared all scripts on each environment as a GitLab runner or Jenkins. So it's really the way that we have implemented for share that. So each runner and Jenkins, it's on Docker. So we have some mount inside, and we have on the host the get secret ID. And after, all job can directly access to this script through the GitLab CI and call it directly.
It's very important for us to separate the role ID for ops side and the secret ID for pipeline, like GitLab or Jenkins, for security purposes. So here, as you see, only a pipeline can provide a secret ID, a specific pipeline, and the ops are only authorized to send the ID. It's a segregation of duty, and an ops cannot generate a secret ID. So only project side can use the token. So it's very important to us from this side to provide this environment.
And for a moment, we use this kind of authentication with app role because with the Swarm, is our orchestrator, we can't manage as Kubernetes. With Kubernetes, it's directly connected, so we can allow the namespace to get all secrets. But for specific usage, you can use the app role. So here, it's really specific usage. But for ECS and Swarm, we use this kind of authentication for get all secrets. And with this kind of secrets, it's after, for example, if you work with AWS or if you work with GCP, you can work directly with the role I am, or maybe it's more a role I am for RDS part, for example. You can generate this and directly put the secret in Vault, and after the application retrieves all secret inside. Okay. Yeah. So I think it's
all for us. Thank you very much, everyone, and see you for the next. Thank you.